What's up guys, it's Alex in Monsterland. Today I'm going to draw this character and then turn it into a printable paper miniature character for tabletop gaming or other fantasy art project. Okay, let's get started. Hey, thanks for watching my channel. Please take a second and click the thumbs up icon to like this video and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming projects. At the end of the video, I'll let you know how to get a free download of this project.
Welcome to Monsterland, Monsterland, Monsterland. You lost inside of Monsterland.
Okay, so today we're going to draw some rats, evil looking rats sitting on a rock. So the first thing I'm going to do is just do a draft of a rock, and I do that in just blue ink. Sometimes I use black ink. I'm going to use blue today because I'm going to go over it in black. And that's just a rough outline of what a rock would be on some ground and some details of where I'm going to kind of slice the rock and put some edges and stuff. So once I have that in place, I will turn down the opacity on it and go over it in just see if I can add some rats on top of it. So just some rough drafts of rats, heads and bodies, and kind of what I want their poses to be like, and teeth and ears and snout and that kind of stuff, and where they're facing. And it looks like a big giant mess right now. So then we'll turn down that opacity as well, and then I'll start with a rough draft of, first of all, let's do the rock. And there's some lines for the rock. Now it's looking more like a rock now. And then I'll overlay the rats again, just so I can see where they'll be sitting, and I've kind of chose the pose, and you can see there's going to be some little paws on top of the rock here, and they're basically covering up most of the rock, which is okay because they're kind of standing on it. Once that's done, I'll get rid of the blue line for the rock, and then I will do the rough draft of the rats. Get rid of the blue line, and you can see just sketching again closer to the finished product, just the pose, defining the pose and hair, and their evil little eyes and teeth and stuff like that, where they're going to be. Now I'll get rid of the rock just so I can see the rats themselves, and go into so once I have that, I will go and turn down the opacity from that to about 59%. So it's a light gray, and I can start working on the final lines. So I've done that here, and there's my final lines. And there's lighter and there's darker and different weights of the lines, just so I can start coloring. So then rats are generally brown or gray and black, with kind of lighter colored tails and rings and stuff. So I added some rings, and I worked on the poses here. And I gave this guy a little mohawk. I don't know why. Just looks like a mean guy. And they all look kind of little different snouts and stuff. And I looked at some reference images of mice and rats and just kind of picked some faces that I thought would work well. And let's start doing some coloring. So there's my browns and my grays and whatnot. And I made little evil eyes red, and added some blood to some of the jaws and teeth. And there's a little mohawk guy and some ringtails. Then get rid of those and look at the rock again. And the rock. I'll add some color to the rock and some shading there, some grays, and just throwing off some light there. And I didn't do a lot of shading here because the rats are going to cover it up. So I'll put the rats back on, and then just did some shading around there to add some value and some darkening there. And there you have it. So there are the evil rats on a rock. And so the next thing we're going to do is save this as a PNG and add a base. We're going to turn it into a printable role-playing game tabletop character. Okay, so we'll open up a new worksheet here, and we're going to import the PNG and the rats and the rock here, and I've added the stone floor base along the bottom. And so what we're going to do is duplicate this image and flip it up and down. I've added a line here to kind of guide me where that would go. And so we do that, we duplicate that layer and add it there. So now when you print, this will be aligned perfectly and folded in half. On the line, I actually delete the line and just fold it in half, matching the bottom of the bases together. And then we will fold the base along that line, and you'll stick it onto one of these. So a circular base. And let's go and print this guy. Thanks again for watching. Check out my projects and get free downloads on my Patreon page by clicking the link in the description below.